Before we get started with this episode of the FORTBLOX NFL podcast, the first episode that is going to be on YouTube featuring Jaykob, make sure you go over to my YouTube at FORTBLOX56. That's my solo YouTube. This podcast episode is going to be on the FORTBLOX NFL podcast YouTube channel, which will be FORTBLOX NFL podcast, the same as the podcast that you're watching or listening to right now. So go subscribe to that if you're listening to it and not watching it on YouTube. And also go follow my Twitter, TikTok, and Twitch. They are all FORTBLOX56. And go follow my Instagram, which is FORTBLOX56YT. And I will shout out Jaykobs Socials when we get started with the podcast episode. Anyways, let's get started with that episode that I was just talking about right now. What's up, guys? The FORTBLOX NFL podcast is back for season 2. I know it's been literally 2 years, but I actually kind of don't care. But anyways, we are here with my new guest, Jaykob.
Yes, Jim Gumerson here. You probably know me as JG3 underscore the kicker on all of my social medias. In FORTBLOX, been talking a lot more recently now, and wanted me to be on his podcast today, and more than happy to be here on the FORTBLOX podcast, even though it's been 2 years.
Yeah, and I told you this, but you might be like a permanent guest on this show, so
That's
yeah.
fair.
Because I used to have my friend Brian on this show, but we're not like as close of friends now. So I replaced him with you, and now you're on the show. If you wanna tell him your socials, you said JG3 the kicker, but I know it's different on TikTok, so just say that real quick.
So TikTok is Jaykobs Gumerson or JG3 underscore the kicker, because I'm a kicker, place kicker myself. Then obviously my Instagram is JG3 underscore the kicker. All my highlights will be there. My YouTube channel is Jaykobs Gumerson. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. There's only 2 months left. Today's the first of the month in October, and I wanted to get 100 subscribers by December 31st. Start of this year, I had 5, and now I'm at 77, I believe. So we're getting close to my sub goal this year. It'd mean a lot if you could go to my channels and, subscribe, follow, all that fun stuff.
Yes, I've already said my socials in the intro. He just said his. I can't put links in the description, but once I can, I know it's dumb. I'll explain it after we record.
I know how.
Yeah, but I'll put those in the description when we can, and that'll keep happening, and hopefully this keeps running longer than like a few months. That's the goal, to make this run longer than a few months. Anyways, let's get started.
Yeah.
I know you have some points that you want to bring up. What's your first topic?
So the first topic I want to talk about is Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be the NFL's MVP this year. I've said this, me and both Xavier have said this is going to be the year of Jalen Hurts. And so far, the only undefeated team currently in the league is the Philadelphia Eagles. They do play the Jacksonville Jaguars tomorrow at Philadelphia. Doug Peterson's returned, actually, to Philadelphia ever since getting fired in 2020, getting replaced by Nick Sirianni, makes his return back to Philly. Very excited for that game. But
yeah, I have a feeling that Jalen Hurts could be like an MVP candidate, but I don't know if he's going to win with the guys like Josh Allen, Lamar, who's had like 3 great games, Mahomes still popping off. You got all those guys. He has some tough competition. I think the Eagles are actually Super Bowl contenders. I do agree with that. I also will say that Nick Sirianni should, if they do win, if they do go to like far and deep in the playoffs, he's definitely going to be a Coach of the Year candidate. Also, if the Jaguars win that game, Doug Peterson, genius. Anyways, yeah, I think that Jalen Hurts could win MVP, but again, with the competition, even and a guy like I didn't mention, like Burrow, he might have like a resurgence. Herbert, his team is not as good as it is right now, but he's still playing at a pretty good level. And yeah, I just don't see him winning the MVP, but it is possible.
So what I'm talking about, I think Jalen Hurts is an MVP. I do have Philly making the Super Bowl. On my old TikTok account, I've gone banned like 3 times because apparently I'm underage, I guess, even though you have to be 13. I am 13. But I guess being the same age is too young to be on TikTok. But I made a video in the offseason saying Jalen Hurts will be the NFL's MVP and the Eagles will make Super Bowl 58 or 7,
57. It's crazy that the Super Bowl's been running for 57 years, yet the NFL's been going for 102 years.
My grandpa was actually at the first ever Super Bowl, believe it or not.
Wow, that's some history for you.
And
the more you know.
He has the ticket, and he still has the ticket.
I went to the Jets-Ravens game. You have Lamar Jackson's jersey on. I have a Lamar Jackson jersey. I've been a fan of him since college. Don't say that I'm a Jets bandwagon. I'm literally wearing a Joe Namath jersey right now. Let me show you the back to prove that it's Namath. And not Randall Cunningham, because I'm not an Eagles fan.
Oh, yeah, it does have an Eagles jersey. I do have an Eagle and Lamar jersey. I wore Ravens jersey just to piss you off because, the Ravens killed your Jets week 1. And I wore my Eagles hat because, obviously, for my other friend, Xavier. I'm a diehard Seahawks fan. I've been a fan since I was 4 years old. I became a Seahawks fan after Matt Hasselbeck was released by the Seahawks. Like in that same week, then we drafted Russ. I had his jersey his rookie year. When I was 5 years old. So I was a fan when they won the Super Bowl, and I've been a fan ever since. So y'all still call me Seahawks bandwagon even though he left. It's crazy how y'all just do that still. But
I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't discover football until like Super Bowl 50. But it's like I haven't. Like, a Super Bowl 50 was, like, my first real memory. I might have gone to, like, a Super Bowl 49 watch party. I'm not 100% sure. But I definitely went to a Super Bowl 50 watch party. And I still remember that. I don't remember what happened. I remember what happened in the game. I don't remember what happened at the party. But I remember going there. And that was, like, my first real moment with the NFL. And then gradually started becoming a Jets fan. I'd say around like 2017, 2018 is when I became a Jets fan because of my dad, and I've been a Jets fan ever since. I'm also a Mets fan, by the way. Hopefully they win tonight.
They're not going to.
Yeah, we are recording this on Saturday. If I do release this on Sunday, because I don't know if I'm gonna edit this. I don't know if I'm just gonna put in the clips or if I'm gonna actually edit it.
So I'm a Cardinals fan. St. Louis Cardinal fan. We won a division. I want to scream, but my neighbors hate me because I'm loud.
Your neighbors hate you?
My mom lives in an apartment. I'm in my apartment complex. I'm very loud. My St. Louis Blues, when they got eliminated from the playoffs last year, I screamed the F word and they yelled at me. They scored with about 2 seconds left. They scored a goal. I went, and so they have my phone number and they're wild. They text me and then they report a file on me for being too loud. And that when it happens, it could be an eviction. So,
yeah, I'm a New York Rangers fan. I don't really watch hockey like that. I became a Rangers fan like when they made the playoffs. And yes, I'm from New York. That's why I like all these New York teams. The reason why I became a Raiders fan is just because I wanted to. It wasn't because my dad. It wasn't because of the reason why I became a Wizards fan. I haven't said this publicly, but I know Washington Wizards seems weird. But I remember going into I went to New York City. I went to this NBA store. I remember my dad said you can get one jersey out of the store. I picked John Wall jersey, and I was basically a Wizards fan ever since. I know it's kind of weird, but I don't care.
Hey, it's better than being a freaking Pacers fan. I mean, I live in Indiana, and Colts are big, really big here, especially Jonathan Taylor. And I went to the Colts vs. Chiefs game. You have a way to edit the clip end of my reaction to the game-winning interception from Nick Cross. But dude, I was screaming Gilmore's name because Stephon Gilmore, even when he was with the Patriots, he was one of my all-time favorite NFL players. When he tipped the ball up and Nick Cross with the interception, I was screaming Gilmore's name, even though I should have been screaming Nick Cross's name, rookie safety, like a 6th round pick. Got that game-winning interception. I was there. There was a very annoying Chief fans behind me. I did say some very mean stuff to them. I don't feel like repeating it. But anyways, I have a
Right.
weird sports team thing too. I don't really watch basketball that much, but I am a Pacers fan because I mean they're in my hometown, and heck, the stadium's like 40 minutes away from my house. Oh, voice crack, excuse me. But St. Louis Cardinals and St. Louis Blues fan because of my grandpa. My grandpa, his dad was actually a pitcher for the St. Louis Cardinals and won 3 World Series titles with them as a pitcher.
It, your
My
so your great grandfather was a Cardinals pitcher.
my great
Oh,
grandfather.
great great grandfather.
He is a whole.
What was his name?
It was like it was Steve J.
No,
Steve.
we'll have to look that up after the podcast. See
He
how
was
his
all.
career went.
He was almost a Hall of Famer.
Wow. Well, I'll look that up after the podcast because right now I'm not interrupting the podcast to look something up unless it's like predictions. We will do those this podcast because
It was
NFL is tomorrow or
it,
NFL Week 4.
it was almost Stephen Steven. I really don't know his name to be honest because I never got to meet him because obviously he died like 20 years ago and I'm not 20 years old, so don't know why I laughed. Then obviously my main team is the Seattle Seahawks. Again, I've already told a story about that. College, I'm a Notre Dame and LSU fan. Why LSU? It's my dream college. Hi, Mom. So no, LSU is my dream college because of the special teams coordinator. Because I'm a kicker, my goal is to kick at the University of just LSU or Notre Dame. Ball State would be acceptable too. But anyways, let's go into the Tua Tagovailoa injury. Obviously, very, very serious topic.
I wasn't expecting you to go from you talking about you wanting to be a LSU or Notre Dame kicker to going to Tua's injury. That was that was like this and then like a right turn.
Yeah,
But
whatever.
I've seen TikToks like saying that the physicians in them like they're partially like to blame for his injury because last week he was hobbling off the sidelines. He was really like hobbling off the sidelines like on a like he was walking, then he just collapsed. And I thought he was gonna be taken out of the game, and then I'm like they put him back in and I'm like, wait, what? Why is he not out of the game?
I mean, when they put him
But then they put him back next week versus the Bengals. He literally like it's not like it's so like this happened to Parham. You remember Donald Parham? This happened to him last year where he just like froze. I don't know if it was this exact position, but he froze. And I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I can't explain how that happened, but you could probably look up videos that explain how it happened. But pretty much, and I don't know if Mike McDaniels is to blame, the team doctors. Like
I Tua because obviously it's it's his injury. But I rewatched that play many times. Tons of time to throw away the ball. But what
Yeah.
what thing is I know how I don't know how, but the way he hit his head, that specific concussion that he has, like how he hit his brain that hard, his arm just mentally it just did that. It just made his arms, his fingers go crooked and all that. It's
Yeah, it was probably scary to watch live. I was asleep when that happened. I watched like part of the. I don't know if I watched the whole first quarter, but I definitely watched part of the first quarter. Then it was like 7-3 when I left. I went upstairs and I fell asleep.
I was on the bus after my football team lost.
Oh.
Um,
My football team. We had games the same day. My team obliterated the other team.
are you a starter?
Yes, I am a starter. There's actually like there's 2 teams and like each person gets equal playing time.
Oh, that's
But,
cool.
yeah.
My,
Alright.
but like my school, like my high school is the number 3 ranked football high school team in the entire country. My high school team is when when I'm there, the high school team next year. But we don't mess around. Coaches are crazy. It's a lot of fun. But another thing I want to talk about is Ryan Tannehill going to be the Titans quarterback for the future? Because he had a very good game against the Raiders. In the future, or will it be Malik Willis, who I think.
But before you say anything, let's just say I was not expecting that question at all. I was like, I haven't even thought of that. I haven't even had the thought of that in my brain. I'm like, I'm not thinking about Ryan Tannehill, whether he's gonna start. They're probably gonna make the playoffs with Derrick Henry either way. But let me hear your.
No. No, I've said it. I've said it since day one. If I was a Titans fan, I would still say JT's better. JT's the best running back in the league, and he will be.
I didn't say he was better. I was just saying the Titans were probably going to make the playoffs.
No. Titans going 7-10. Colts winning it. This happened last.
Okay.
The Colts happened last.
Let's move on from that because I'm not starting an argument on this podcast. Let's move on to your question.
So, let me just tell you this. This happened with the Colts last year. They started off 0-3. Then went to Miami to get the first win, started 1-3. Then they became 3-5 at one point. Then they were 9-5 at one point, or something like that. They were in first place in the division at one point. And then
they lost to the Jaguars.
Yeah, how about you shut up just shut up about that. Anyways, so then Carson Wentz decided to have a mental breakdown against the Jacksonville Jaguars and Las Vegas Raiders. And we missed the playoffs, and I wanted to
break a wall.
I
don't even know if you can break a wall. Like maybe punch a hole through a wall, but I don't know if you can break a wall unless you have like some bulldozer just.
That could just tear down my door. Again. It's a long story.
Again, we're not getting into that on this podcast. Should I turn? I'm gonna turn that. Or I gotta move this light. It's so bright. That's better. It's such a contrast between this one. Maybe that's better. I'm not sure. All right. Yeah. Anyways, back to the Tannehill question.
I'm gonna put my hold on. Can you edit this part out? Anyways, continue.
All right. Anyways, what were you gonna say about Ryan Tannehill?
Do you think he's going to be a starter next year? Because I really think it
starter
could be.
Next year. No, he's not. He can be a starter on the. I don't know what teams really need him. I mean, the Bears. They're probably gonna give Justin Fields another season.
No. Justin Fields is their guy. It is Fields.
I said they were gonna give Fields a one more chance. Like if he doesn't make it, they're gonna give him another chance next year.
Oh, my bad.
I said Trevor Lawrence. He's looking to be. He's on an upward trajectory. The Jets. They're probably gonna go in the draft. They might get Bryce Young if Zach Wilson doesn't. If Zach Wilson doesn't pan out.
Now, I know this is off topic, but I just got a notification about Jameis Winston. He is not playing tomorrow.
Yeah, it's Andy Dalton is playing tomorrow.
Dalton
in London.
In London.
I'm not gonna make a British joke.
But actually 2-0 at London. That's a fun fact for you.
I think the Jaguars have played the most games in London. Another fun fact. Anyways, moving on. Anyway, I think the Titans are gonna start Malik Willis. The question is, where's Ryan Tannehill gonna go? No teams in the AFC West need him because their quarterback division's already stacked. Mac Jones, they're gonna give him another year. Tua's turned. Besides his injury, Tua's turned out pretty good. We all know that they're not gonna replace Ryan Tannehill with Josh Allen, so that's out of the question. Well, that was already out of the question. The only team that I could see if this happens, if Matt Ryan retires next year, Ryan Tannehill is the Colts quarterback.
I say the Falcons.
Falcons, Mariota. Yeah, no, I could see the Falcons if he. No, the Falcons do need him. That's a good one. Also the Panthers if Baker Mayfield doesn't work out, and the Saints. The whole NFC South next year because Tom Brady's probably going to retire.
Tom Brady's dictionary does not have the word retire. He doesn't know what that means. David established for so long. We could ask him.
Okay, yeah. So teams that are not gonna give up their quarterback. Oh yeah, the Seahawks might be able to get him too. The Seahawks might get Ryan Tannehill next year because
I would
they're
rather.
well, they might look in the draft. I know C.J. Stroud can't come in, but Bryce Young can. But,
Yeah.
anyways, Malik Willis is definitely starting. That's just the question I have. Where is he gonna go? Where's Ryan Tannehill gonna go?
I say Seattle. Seattle got. I mean, Steelers are out of it.
All right.
And
Your answer?
I say Seattle, Atlanta.
Seattle's where, but I think we both agree that Malik Willis is gonna start next year.
I would.
All right.
Another question.
Oh, you got a question? All right.
I'm new to the whole podcasting thing. So obviously, Russell Wilson is the only reason why I watch football. But let me ask you this: Is Russell Wilson making too much money?
Is making too much what?
Money.
Oh, money.
He's making
Is
40.
he's making $245 million for anyone is too much money. I don't care if you're Tom Brady. Actually, no, Tom Brady. No, he's worth that money. But Russell Wilson is not worth $245 million.
I would agree.
200 million?
No.
No.
I
No.
think
125. 125 at most.
I
He's worth
don't.
125 at most. Now,
Wait.
is he a bad quarterback? Is he doing bad this year? Because he's doing bad this year, but I think it's the coaching scheme.
It is.
Nathaniel Hackett should be fired right now. I know it's only been 3 games, but he should be fired on the spot right now. And McManus should be cut. Maybe that's a stretch, but he's been awful in the things that I've seen. He missed the game-winning field goal, but that was Hackett's fault. That wasn't his. Saw him miss a field goal on Sunday Night Football. That was bad. He probably missed a couple more field goals against the Houston Texans. He should probably be. Again, might be a stretch, but I think he should be gone.
Another question is, and this is just a thing of mine, because I'm a kicker, and I went number 3 on my team because of Rodrigo Blankenship. He misses a game winner. McManus misses one. Why is he not cut?
I don't know. Maybe the Colts. I don't think he was that. I don't remember. Let me look up his stats. I don't remember him being that bad. Let me look up Rodrigo Blankenship.
Rodrigo was a top 10 kicker in the league. Absolutely.
He was not bad enough to where you can cut him.
No.
And also, he had those glasses. He was an icon.
He looks
like he looks like a nerd, but he's kicking field goals for the football team.
Yeah, and he kicked 70-yard field goal.
He's an 83.3 field goal percentage.
That's great.
It's not stats where you cut somebody. Last year his rookie year he had 86.5. Last year he had 78.6. And on extra points he missed 2 in his rookie year, and only 1, although it was 8, in his second year.
And I'm 11-15 in my year, which is kind of bad. 3 of them were dropped holds. 2 of them were dropped holds. One of them was it went behind, the ball went over my head. And the other 2 were one of them doinked, one of them the wind just shot. The wind just shot.
And hold up, another point to bring up. I'm actually gonna bring up something for this one because I wanna. Oh, hold up, wait. Let me just do something real quick. I know that this stream is doing stuff. I know that. Don't worry. Hold up. Let me just. Over there, yes, I know that's City Film. That's my Twitch thing. I use that for Twitch. I'm using Streamlabs. Still have this open. Why do I have that open? All right. Just go get that off. Hold up. I know it's taking a little bit, but it's probably gonna be cut out of the video.
Yeah. Sorry. Just
So,
what I need to still talking about.
hold on. It involves Russell Wilson. Now, this is, hold up. Let me make sure that this is up. Now, look at Russell Wilson's coming back in Seattle first week. We all know this. And then look at how the fans treat him. It's buffering, but once it plays, listen to the. I think we all know what's gonna happen, but just listen anyways. Or hold up, let me get back.
If it ever plays.
If it ever does play. All right. It's playing.
It was playing.
It was playing, but now it's paused again. All right, now it's back. There. They're all booing him. Do you listen? They're all booing him. They're booing him. This man won not three. One, he went to 2 Super Bowls and won a Super Bowl for you, and you're gonna boo him? 10 years with your franchise, you're gonna boo him?
Here's an example. When Joe Montana left the San Francisco 49ers and went to the Kansas City Chiefs, it was Chiefs at the 49ers, and the 49er fans would cheer when the Chiefs scored, and the 49ers end up winning that, and the 49ers end up winning that game in overtime. Why did we boo him? I was clapping for him because he's my favorite NFL player of all time. But again, I was booing him. He brought us the first ever Super Bowl in our franchise history, and we're booing him.
It's like if Joe Namath went to like what's a team, NFC East. Let's say he went to the Commanders. Let's say he went to the Commanders. What, we're just gonna boo him because like he won a Super Bowl for us. He goes to the Commanders. Boo. Like, stop. Like, I'm not saying that like you can't boo him, but I'm saying like I just personally wouldn't boo him. I'd clap. I wouldn't boo him.
I wouldn't cheer for him. I do not like Joe Namath. I'm sorry. He's my most overrated player in week history. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm not saying he's overrated or that he's like good. I'm just saying he won us the Super Bowl. And then he goes to a team like the Commanders. If it went to the Giants, that would be a different story, or the Cowboys. But if he goes to the Commanders, boo, get out of here.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he went. Ironically, he went to the team that we beat in the Super Bowl against Manning. And that's just what, like, we beat Peyton Manning of the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48. Then we face Russ and we boo him.
But hold on. This is my opinion. You beat the second greatest quarterback in NFL history in the Super Bowl. Then you lose to the GOAT the next year.
But we beat him in the regular season, both one of those years when we
lost. It was the same thing with the Rams. They beat the Patriots regular season that year, and then he won in the Super Bowl. I still don't know. 199. How do you even get playing time? That shouldn't even be possible.
That's crazy.
All right, yeah. All right. Anyways, we're gonna cut this part out. I'm gonna cut this part out. Let me look up NFL schedule. We're not ending it, but I just want to do this. Well, I just want to do this quickly. Not quickly, but I want to do this. Okay, we got it all up. Can we look at all of them? Not all of them, but most of them.
You're gonna be an 8th grade Washington D.C. trip soon.
I believe I'm doing it this year. All right, hold up. Okay, now it's the part that probably a lot of you have been waiting for. NFL predictions. Yay. Hold up. Let me get off this.
Confetti.
Confetti NFL predictions. All right. First, let me unpin. Hold up. Unpin. Yep. Let me pin that. Here we go. It's on the screen now. We got Vikings Saints.
Oh, Minnesota.
Yeah, Vikings. Not even gonna be. I don't know if it might be like 2-3 scores, but nothing less.
You have Andy Dalton starting. You're not winning.
You have Andy Dalton starting at QB. Non-Cincinnati Bengal Andy Dalton. You're not winning. Next, your favorite team versus the Lions.
Seattle's winning that game. I don't care what you say.
Seattle. Have you seen Detroit? Have you?
Yeah, they lost
to the Eagles by 3. They lost to the Eagles by 3. The Eagles are the only undefeated team this year. They beat the Commanders. They have a bright future. If they get a quarterback, they might win. They might be Super Bowl contenders.
I agree.
They're gonna win. They're gonna win. Now, my team, Jets versus Steelers. I have the Jets winning. Mitch Trubisky is playing like how he is right now. They are done. I know that was kind of weird, but I don't care.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, a little bit uncomfortable. All right, the other New York team. The Bears, not the Bears, and the Giants.
So it's the Giants versus Bears.
Yep. Who's winning?
There's going to be only like 8 people watching that game on TV.
Seriously? And they're all from New York.
Because Bear fans don't exist. Well, actually, no. Yeah. Bear fans are everywhere, actually.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I got the Giants. Bears are like the worst team in the league, honestly.
No, they're not.
I still have the Giants winning. Giants are 2-1.
And they're going to be 2-2.
They beat the Bears beat the Texans, which is not a hard thing to do. The Jets beat the Texans last year, and are they 2-1 or 1-2? They lost to the Packers because Aaron Rodgers owns them, and did they lose or win for Week 1? No, they won versus the 49ers. Probably a factor was the weather. If it was a normal weather, the 49ers probably would have won.
Yeah. Hold on. Just cut. Yeah.
All right. We're back. The unaffiliated neurotrauma consultant was fired for Tua. Recent news. And also, people are tired of the Aaron Judge split screen because ESPN does like this split screen whenever Aaron Judge is at bat. Don't know why, but they do. And people are fed up with it, and personally I am as well. Even though I don't really watch college football or broadcasts of the sort like that. But I guarantee you if I were, it would probably be annoying. Alright, moving on. We tackled the Bears, the Giants, and your favorite team. Now let's move on to your hometown team. The battle of the running backs. Derrick Henry versus Jonathan Taylor. Okay, the Titans versus the Colts.
I will not be going to this game. The next Colts game I will go to is actually the Jaguars Colts, which will be on my YouTube channel. And which we probably will film a podcast after, most likely, after the game.
Yeah.
I have Colts winning. Again, I've said this, the Titans would be nobodies if it wasn't for Derrick Henry.
They probably would. No, they definitely would. I have the Colts winning this game because Ryan Tannehill, and they don't have A.J. Brown, and also without Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown, because A.J. Brown's gone now. He's on the Eagles. The Titans are nothing.
Remember, JT is questionable.
Oh, he is? Wait, no, they made him healthy now. No, now he's healthy, so he's going into that game.
Good.
Okay. Chargers versus Texans. I would say this is an easy pick, but based off last week, I have no idea.
Well, that's because Jaguar. I
But no, actually, never mind. Chargers. Because it's different because A, they have a better coach, and B, they have a better overall roster. So yeah. The Jaguars and the Texans, not the like Texan. The Jaguars have the better coach and the better overall roster than the Texans.
I'm just saying the Texans beat the Chargers last season, so I think they're gonna do it again. I'm calling it an upset. I think upset Texans Chargers because I think Justin Herbert's gonna play. Thank you.
Strawberries in there too.
All right. Next is the game that probably no one is watching. I said like 8 people are watching the Chargers, not Chargers, Bears Giants game. No one is watching this game. The Browns and the Falcons.
Falcons. Because Myles Garrett got in a very bad car accident, obviously prayers out.
Oh yeah, Myles Garrett got in a car accident. I forgot about that. I have the Browns because they have a better roster, and the Falcons choke a lot. A lead is never safe with the Falcons.
Yeah, unless it's against the Seahawks.
And the final game of the not the final game of the week. The final game or the final 1:00 game. Bills Ravens.
Oh my God, that's a great game. That's big. I have the Ravens jersey on. Usually there's an NFL logo here. I took it off because it kept scratching me in the neck. But it's an official jersey, obviously. But it's not even close to I think it's gonna win. The Buffalo Bills will win.
I think the Bills will win. The Bills might win the Super Bowl, but
no, boys.
I'm not arguing about that. But I saw a TikTok on this game, and it said whoever wins this game and has like the better game will win MVP. I personally could see that happening, but I don't think it's 100% certain. So I'm gonna say that the Ravens will lose. I'm gonna go with the Bills. So that's the 1:00 games. Let's move on to the 4:05 games, which we'll cut to that because I gotta scroll down.
Seattle has a 1:00 game this week.
Yeah, they do. So the Titans and the Colts. All right.
Well, Colts always 1:00 for me.
All right. Jets are always 1:00, and they never have primetime games.
Poor Jets.
They do have one this year with the Jaguars. That's a game that no one's watching. Well, I'll be watching it simply for the fact that I'm a Jets fan. But okay. Moving on to the 4:05 games, we have Cardinals versus Panthers. Panthers?
Yes.
I understand that Kyler Murray is, not Kyler Murray, or DeAndre Hopkins is out, but you're really gonna go with the Panthers?
I have a feeling because I have a big feeling that DJ Moore's gonna go off this week. Why? Because he's on my fantasy team.
I have him on one of my fantasy teams. I have 3. I still have the Cardinals winning. I have the Cardinals winning. I honestly do. They have the better coach by far, because Matt Rule probably doesn't know how to coach. Better quarterback, better running back. No, actually not better running back. Better receiving core. No, that's debatable. Better tight end, better offensive line. They got the better defense, but that's also debatable. But I give that to the Cardinals. But I see the Cardinals winning this. Now next to the Broncos and Raiders.
One moment.
Okay.
Broncos. Country. That's right.
That's like a bot said it. Broncos. Country. That's right. All right.
I forgot the words for a second.
Yeah, it's Broncos country. Let's ride. Yeah, I got the Broncos. The Raiders are going 1-4, and the Broncos are surprisingly going to go 3-1. I don't know how. Well, at least we think that. And Packers next.
Who's that?
It's Patriots versus Packers. The Brady Rodgers battle would have been delayed a week if Brady was still on the Patriots, but it would have happened this year.
Yep.
And Chiefs Bucks. I already predicted this game. All I'm gonna say is that I have the Bucks winning.
So you're gonna spoil your TikTok for me? I see how it is.
Yeah, and for the rest of the people that are watching this podcast, I spoiled my TikTok for you, but yeah.
It's like so hard to sing it to.
I forgot that it wasn't posted, but it is entertaining. I will say that. But I have the Bucks winning.
I have the Chiefs winning.
All right. I'll predict Monday night. I'm gonna wait for your video to see who you predict for Monday night.
Who is Monday night this week?
Rams 49ers. It's on the screen.
I don't even have to say who I'm going. I don't even have to say who. You already know I'm going with. You know I hate
Yeah, I know you're going with the other team. All right, I have the Rams. It's probably not even going to be close.
It could be the what's a bad team? Falcons. God, I couldn't think of a really, really bad team.
Jeez.
Falcons. 49ers. I take the Falcons.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to stop sharing that. All right. Hold up. Let me just...
Am I phone?
All right. We're good. All right. Now, what should we talk about next? We have our predictions for this week in. And should we predict Thursday night next week?
My phone might die.
Oh, your phone might die?
Yes, at 4.
All right. 4? I mean, I have no problems ending it here, but let's just predict the Thursday night game for next week because we missed the Thursday night game this week.
Tom Brady also doesn't know how to count to 4.
What?
Tom Brady doesn't know how to count to 4. Nick Foles can tell.
Oh, that's not the Thursday night game this week. The Thursday night game this week is actually not this week. Next week is the Broncos versus Colts.
It's Colts. Yep, Colts versus Broncos. My home team. My favorite player of all time. Cool. I gotta go Colts. I mean,
I'm going with the Colts. Broncos have looked sloppy. They played who did they lose to? The Seahawks. They lost in the game-winning field goal because the coach made a dumb decision. They versed the Texans, and it's the Texans. We all know how the Texans are. And then they versed the 49ers, and that was the battle of punters, and they got lucky because I won 11-10. They've gotten lucky on their wins, and their coach was dumb on their loss. So they're gonna lose this. They're gonna lose against the Colts.
I mean, the Broncos only won that game because Jimmy Garoppolo decided to come down.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, that is gonna do for the podcast. If you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like on this video. If you are watching this on YouTube, and if you're not, do whatever it is that you do on podcasts, like follow it. I don't know actually, but new videos are going to be coming out soon on the YouTube and new podcast episodes on the streaming services. So be on the lookout for that.
Weekly podcast. You already know. Hey, after every week, so probably after every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. Yep, every Tuesday. If we can do it. If we can do it. If not, we'll do it Wednesday we'll be recording Tuesday. We might release it on Tuesday. We might release it on Wednesday. I'm not sure.
We will have to do it.
Actually, we do have Wednesday off, so we could do that. Anyways, we'll see you later. Nope, hold up. Before we do that, we do have Wednesday off, so we can record it then if we can't record it on Tuesday. So yeah. Anyways, we'll see you later.
Goodbye.